there's two kinds of thought. One kind of thought is something that's external to the person. And as you see this external aspect of thought, that when you start, that when you think something, you able to go from one thought to another and switch from one thought immediately to the next thought, immediately to the next thought, which shows that it's like a garment. It's something external, the thought. The thought refers to the words, the letters that you're using to think, and these letters are constantly changing, which means that they're not part of the essence. They're always today you have 1 second you have one thought, the next second you have another thought, and the next second you have another thought, which means that these thoughts are something outside of the person. And also you see that you're able to think about things that don't really have substance, just baseless things that don't take much thinking, much intellect to think about, which means that it doesn't actually take you to your intellect, which is one with you, to power these thoughts. These thoughts just come even for empty things, even for things that are nothing. And that is the outer level of thought, the thought that is not one with you. And then that's the first kind of thought. The second kind of thought is the thought, the words of the thought, which are actually part of you, which are actually one with you. As you see that as soon as you have an idea, immediately words are born with that idea. And these words, are one with an idea, which actually is one with you. The idea, in essence, is part of you. Your intellect is part of you. And thus, you see that immediately as the intellect comes out, words come out with it. The thought comes out with the intellect at the same time, which is not the thoughts that we mentioned earlier, which is something outside of you. This kind of thought is actually part of you. So he explains that the godly soul is one with, what does it mean that the godly soul is from God's thought? This, not the first level of thought, but the second level of thought. The level of thought that is one with God's intellect, and thereby also one with God himself. And that's also what it says, that there's three knots that tie into each other. There's the Jewish people, the Torah, and God. The Torah would refer to thoughts. The Torah is God's wisdom. And the Jewish people are also part of these thoughts. And they are both one with God himself. And therefore, through the Torah, every single Jew actually connects to God.